Hi, everyone, and welcome to PopCultX. If this is your first time here to PopCultX, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on every episode going forward of your favorite Gen X pop culture talk show, I guess. My name is Danny, and along with Gabriel, we're your hosts here for PopCultX. And Gabe, this is season 5. This is our premiere episode of season 5. We've been doing this for 5 years now. Can you believe that?
That's insane to me.
It is.
That's wild. Like that just to me sounds like a lie.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I was thinking about that when I was like, wow, this is 2025 now. We started in 2021 and that was our first season. And then, yeah, this is just season 5. It was just like, can't believe we've been doing something like this for 5 years now.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
I guess. Are you having fun?
Yeah, I always have fun.
Oh man, well,
we've had a lot of different characters on the podcast, and we've had some really cool people.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. We've had a lot of cool guests, a lot of cool guest panelists and hosts that have joined us, and this is a brand new year. We just celebrated New Year's 2 days ago, and so of course, along with the new year, always comes, what's your resolution? What's your, what are you gonna do? Which is great. But I don't want to talk a little bit about personal resolutions because that's for you on your own time. I want to talk about your pop culture resolutions. And this goes for everyone out there watching. What are your pop culture resolutions? And what do I mean by that? I mean, what do you, if you're a creative type, what do you want to do more in your creative field? And also, if you're just a fan, or not just a fan, but if you're a fan of pop culture stuff, what do you want to see more from those creators that you really enjoy? So that's the premise of this topic. Hopefully, if you're watching, leave us a comment. Let us know your pop culture resolutions. I'd be curious to see what you have out there. And as just like Gabe, I'm curious to see what your pop culture resolutions are, starting from first as a creator, because I know you're a photographer. Yeah. So I'm curious to see what your pop culture resolutions are.
It's just to get out there and get shooting again. It's been such a long time since I've been taking pictures of stuff, and luckily, I just got back from vacation and was in a lot of different interesting countries. Okay. In Guatemala, Costa Rica, Panama, nice. Colombia, and took some really cool pictures. So I want to keep that trend going. I want to continue shooting more travel stuff. So I want to travel more and take more pictures while I'm out traveling.
That is a fantastic resolution because travel photography, of course, is a huge thing. You can turn it into a calendar. You can turn it into, lots of different things to go with that. I really like that for you because I've seen some of your travel pictures and they're great. So it's of course, the way you frame them is just fantastic. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm excited for that.
What about you?
I just want to be more creative. I want to get, I feel like I've just been lacking in that department. I've just been doing a lot of more of the technical stuff. And it's just been really weighing on me that I have all these thoughts in my head. And I don't know if you've seen it, but I started doing what I call the monologues, where I'm turning like songs transforming them into actual actor monologues that you can do as like speeches. And that's been really great way for me to express a lot of my creativity. So I'm going to expand upon that. I'm just going to really do that. I try to do one every day, which gets tricky at times, but thankfully there's a lot of songs out there to pull from. But I have this huge ambitious project that I'm working on, and it's not top secret, but I'm still keeping it under wraps. I'm taking a whole album, start to finish, the whole album, and transforming that into like a true crime mockumentary podcast.
Okay.
So it's really fun. It's really exciting. I've been sharing a little bit of what I've written with my mom, and she really likes it, but maybe she's just biased. I don't
know. Sometimes are.
Yeah. But it's been really fun. That's just what I want to do more. Is just be more creative. Yeah. In whatever field that may be, if it's web design, if it's the podcast, if it's here, if it's anywhere. I just want to be able to express myself more.
Yeah, I think we're sort of on the same ship. That's kind of basically the same way I feel as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's just and it's really I guess I guess healthy for us maybe mentally to
Yeah.
do that because if we just keep it bottled up, it just for me it just feels like I'm just going stir crazy inside my own head, and I
Mhm.
and I just want to let it all out. And finally found a way through this podcast, and I'll link it just if anyone's curious to watch it or listen to them, um, just to get it out in one, just to vent it out. So it's been really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I think everyone needs that. They need a creative outlet to be able
Hmm.
to let out all those creative juices, and um, it like you said, it's healthy. It's good for you to be able to express yourself and get all those ideas out there. So
Yeah,
bravo to you.
thanks. Now switch your hat here, take your creative hat and put your fan hat on. What do you want to see more of this year from your favorite creators, creatives, whether that be authors, filmmakers, comic book writers, musicians? What are you hoping to get more out of from this year?
I think that I just want to see some really good content, like really good movies, creative, like let it be creative. It doesn't have to be like completely out of left field, but things that are just original and have original ideas. I don't want to see the same old stuff rehashed. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see, there's so many people out there that have good ideas. Like give them the opportunity to create things, whether that be musicians or filmmakers, writers, authors, etc. Give them the opportunity, and if you're an established artist, I want to see something that's unique and creative, and let your creative juices get flowing, and come up with something that's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited to like be like it's a new year, so I'm looking forward to reading new books, hearing new music, seeing new films, watching new television shows. But they have to be unique to capture my attention for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. I think that's the big thing is they have to be unique because we've been seeing a lot of I don't want to say rehashed like you said, but it's been kind of repetitive to a
Yeah.
certain degree. So yeah, I think the unique part is key. For me, same as you. I want to see um, different filmmakers give us different, um, I guess, just different viewpoints on
Mhm.
different movies. I'm really like, there's what movie was it? Well, the stories where like it's the same story, but from a different character's perspective within that universe.
Yeah.
I really that's like one of my favorite movies kind of movies to watch. It is kind of rehashed because you're seeing the same story, but it's not the same because you're seeing it from a different set of eyes.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. Like I was rewatching the whole Hawkeye series on Disney Plus,
Uh,
and they showed like the first episode is Kate Bishop as a younger kid, and she's watching the events of the Avengers in New York from her apartment window, and she sees Hawkeye on the ledge, and that right there, it's the same thing, but it's from her perspective, and I just thought that was so cool and so clever, and I want to see more of that.
yeah.
And I don't know, that's just what I enjoy.
Yeah, I think that like how you said, like, oh, that was so clever. Like these people are incredibly smart. They're
Hmm.
very unique. They're creative. Like I want to see them put out their best work.
Yeah.
I want
Hmm.
to see, excellence. I want to see people not second guessing themselves, not having to compromise
Yeah.
and putting out their best work that they have. And celebrating that. And once that good work comes out, once we are able to, read it, watch it, whatever, and then celebrate them for it.
Yeah, definitely. And not bash them for it. I guess if
Like
it's something
trying to,
that maybe you don't enjoy, you don't have
yeah,
to go criticize them. Maybe someone it's not for you, but it's still their blood, sweat, and tears into it. Unless it
yeah.
is really terrible. I don't know.
It kind of reminds me of that the new trailer for like the new Superman,
Hmm.
and some people are really excited about some of the things that they see in the preview. Some people are like, oh, it looks horrible. My thing is like let's see what they can do. Let's actually give them an opportunity to put the work out there and then make a judgment call after that. But I'm sort of tired of like people just attacking something in it and it's not even out yet,
Right.
and
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
like a costume, or
Hmm.
it's just like a first look, a first glimpse of what might possibly be, and they're dogging it out and they're putting it down, and it's like let's give them the opportunity to put something out there and see if it is good or not. If it's crap, then it's crap, but let's give them the opportunity at least to put it out there first.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, let me get your opinion on that trailer. Did you like it? I did.
Yeah, I did like it. I my favorite Superman is still Henry Cavill. Like that's I think that they did us a disservice by replacing him. But that being said, like I'm really excited to see the new characters that they're introducing, like Hot Girl, Guy Gardner, what is it, Mr. Terrific, I think, or
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
something like that. I think his name is Metamorpho, the Elemental Man, or something like that. Really cool. Um, so and then Crypto, the Wonder
Hmm.
Dog or Super Dog. I thought it was cool. I thought that there was a lot of stuff to kind of look forward to. And I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what they're able to do. A lot of people are saying that it looks worse than like WB style stuff, but it's like give them a chance. Like let let them work out like whatever they need to work out and like put it out there, and then we'll be the judge of what's to come.
Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, let the whole product be released before we pass a judgment one way or the other on it.
Yeah,
But for me, the trailer gave me more of the Christopher Reeve Superman era,
yeah.
and I really like that. So gone is the Zack Snyder, and that's what upset all the Snyder Bros is that it wasn't that sort of dark and grittiness to it. So I really liked that, which is weird because I like dark and gritty. But so
Yeah, I mean, I think that for a lot of fans, Christopher Reeve Superman is sort of like the benchmark
yeah.
for Superman.
Hmm.
That was like the best Superman, the best series of movies that were out. So I could see why they would want to harken back to that and kind of you know go back to that same style. So I'm looking forward to it. I will be there when it first comes out, and we'll be watching it for sure.
Yeah, I'm a huge James Gunn fan, so not that he can't do any wrong, but
Yeah,
I really like his other efforts, I guess. So I can't imagine it being less than those or
yeah.
less than the same from that viewpoint. But it also got me thinking though. So I really like the MCU and its interconnectivity. I like that more than the DC movies, which were really siloed out. But now I'm kind of flipping the script on that a little bit. I think I appreciate the silo movies more now because it
Yeah,
allows those directors and those filmmakers to get more creative and not worry about how it's going to connect to the bigger picture.
exactly. Yeah,
So I don't know if I know James Gunn is creating a DCU, I guess in a way, right? And or DCEU, and I know they're going to have the Outlanders or whatever they're calling it for like the I think there's a name for those movies that aren't connected in, but I I don't know. I think I'd rather just see the Outlanders, like Joker 2. I watched that recently, and that
mhm.
was phenomenal. I mean, I really
Yeah,
liked it. Todd Phillips did a great job. Lady Gaga, Joaquin Phoenix. It was such a great movie, even though it got such a bad um, fan review, I guess, right?
yeah. I mean, it's sort of the thing that I feel like once momentum starts going, and you see like a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon saying they hate it, then it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah.
I think that if people had started saying like, "Oh, it's great," people would have jumped on that bandwagon because
Hmm.
it is, I think, a good film. It's not the worst movie made of 2024 for sure. I think that the acting was really great. I liked the musical aspect to it. Overall, it was a good film. I
Yeah.
mean, I just think that a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon of like being naysayers and saying that it was a horrible film, but I don't know if they gave it a fair shot.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think they did. Once they, a lot of people, I think, once they heard or saw a review that it was a musical or had musical elements to it, they probably just cast it aside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lady Gaga, though, that is one thing that I'm looking forward to in 2025 is new music from her.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I can't wait for it to be released.
Yeah. I agree. It looks sad. Well, we got the first song already, right? The first single, "Disease," which was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that. I did listen to r- randomly a album, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was now, but it was really cool. It was like, oh gosh, it was from a big producer who does most of his. I got to look this up because I don't want to mess it up. I want to make sure I make this recommendation. So it's XL Records, I think is the name of the producer. He started
Okay.
that. They had Radiohead on there and other people like that. I don't remember exactly who, but there it is. I found it. Woo! It's called Everything is Recorded. I'm not sure
That's
if
the
you heard this
band or the
band.
name of the album.
They have a new album. I think the band has been. It's not a band per se. So the producer in his he records everything, all the jam sessions and stuff like that that happen in his production studio.
Uh,
And so he takes those and he cuts them into different tracks, and it is so cool. I listened to one when I was out with walking the dogs the other day, and I was just it made me stop it because I really wanted to hear it. It was just really great. And so that's one thing I'm looking forward to. A new album by Everything is Recorded is coming out, I think, in February.
oh,
And it'd be
nice.
the first one I hear of them. I mean, they have other ones that are out, but I'm just gonna wait for February to go hear it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard about that, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. It sounds cool.
Yeah, so that's just one of the um albums or music that I'm interested in. Is there any? Oh, and the track that I heard is Porcupine Tattoo. So
Huh,
that's the single that's out. It's really cool.
nice.
Um, is there any other new stuff like comic book wise that you're excited about, or that you would hope that maybe some artists do differently or more of?
I got a really cool variant cover of excuse me of Sabretooth. I think it's called like Dead Men Don't Talk or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool cover. It's very simplistic. I'm starting to like really like very simple covers for some reason. I'm not sure who the artist is. I didn't get a chance to look it up yet. But it's a really cool cover. I just was really attracted to it just because of its simplicity, and I like the character of Sabretooth. So I'm looking forward to more interesting and unique variant covers.
Hmm.
That kind of like really collecting those right now as more as opposed to like story arcs. I'm kind of just kind of going into variant covers.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear that. I mean, that's I think Gen X and I last episode talked about a little bit about that, how I like the cover art and that's what draws me to a
yeah,
book, whether or not I even want to care about reading it. I just like the covers.
yeah. I mean, there's an art to it, right? I mean, it's definitely they're meant to sell the book, but they're definitely like mini art pieces of artwork.
Hmm.
So that yeah, I'm right there with you.
Very cool.
What about you?
For comic books, I haven't really been as deeply invested in them over the past 6 months than I have before. So
Yeah,
maybe I need to get back on that train,
yeah,
and then I'll be able to tell you more. Because I don't even, for the life of me, don't know what's coming out this year, so I can't really say what I want to see more of. I know some of the artists that and writers that I enjoy, and I want to see more of their work. So if you're one of my favorite artists or writers and you know who you are, put more work out.
yeah. That reminds me, I just got so in the mail while I was on vacation, I got one of our recent guest book, the one about the with the luchadors.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just got that in the mail. I haven't read it yet because I haven't opened up the package yet, but I got it while I was on vacation. So that's something I'm looking forward to taking a look at that.
Yeah, and I've been following his Instagram, and he's been putting out a lot of cool, I guess for his new project, a lot of cool images or panels, and they look
Yeah,
really cool. That's for Jay Gonzo, if anyone out there um
yeah.
cares about who we're talking about.
Yeah, he's got a really unique style of
Hmm.
art, and I appreciate that. Again, going back to, being unique, and he's one of the ones that I enjoy looking at their work.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I have one last question for you, and it's a little thought provoking
All
in a
right,
way. So,
I'll
if
try.
you could pick one pop culture icon and give them a resolution for 2025, who would it be, and what would you suggest they change or accomplish?
Oh wow, that's a good one. Hmm.
We'll circle back to that. I'll let you think on that a little bit. When I ask you, have you watched the new What If season yet?
I haven't. I started watching
Oh,
the new season of Squid Games, and
okay.
so I'm sort of watching that, and so I haven't got a chance to watch the What If yet.
Okay.
How
It's
is
pretty
it?
good. I
Yeah,
like it. The animation is really cool. I haven't seen it all yet. I think I just finished the one with Ironheart and Riri Williams, which and it's really cool to me that they use the actors from the MCU to do the voices. So
yeah,
I think
that's
that's
cool.
really cool. So Dominic Thorne, of course, did Riri Williams, and Benedict Wong was in it, and Michelle Wong was also in it as a character, and Tessa Thompson. So it was really fun. Um,
Right on.
but it's been really cool. The what ifs, I really enjoy it, and I looking forward to seeing the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the one with Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That one caught my attention in the previews.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, so I can't spoil it for you, or else I would.
Yeah. I'm kind of stuck on your question. I mean, when pop icons of the first person that pops into my head is Lady Gaga, and there really isn't a resolution that I have for her because she's putting out new music, and
Hmm.
that's what I want the most is some new
Okay,
music.
there you go.
So maybe a tour. It'd be really cool to see. I was at the Dodger Stadium concert
Right,
that
right.
so maybe another tour in support of the new album would be really cool. Because she's such a great performer. I would love to be able to see her perform again. Actually, I have one, and it's maybe a bit controversial.
Ooh.
This one just stuck out into my head because I started thinking about people touring. So this is a personal plea that I have towards Gwen Stefani, and I think she needs to stop what she's doing and go back to her roots of No Doubt. And this comes from a place of love because I am such a big fan of No Doubt. Um, she has to go back to her roots and
Yeah.
reform with No Doubt, go on tour, not even necessarily have a new album out if that's too much to ask, but just go out, play some hits. You played Coachella, it was very successful. But the trajectory that she's on right now, I'm not a fan of.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of the new album. It performed pretty poorly, unfortunately for her. I'm not a fan of like the country music stuff, and I'm especially not a fan of her doing commercials for Mark Wahlberg's prayer app, which is like
Mm.
really cheesy. That I think that you would pay someone for a prayer service. I
What?
think, yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why she's the face of it, why she's doing the commercials for it, but um, she needs to stop. So my resolution for her would be go back to your roots, go back to what was really successful,
Hmm.
what your fans love from you, and go out and do a tour.
Can't argue with that, other than she's been successful with whatever genre she's gotten into. It's just you want to see her get back to what you love most about her.
Well, this last album has bombed.
Oh, okay. Except for this last album.
Yeah, she's had some success. Like I'll give that to her. Like she's had some solo albums that did well, and there's some solo albums of hers that I really like. The first couple albums that she did, I was a fan of. And her Blake Shelton era is kind of the era that I'm not a fan of. Like I'm not a fan of the country, of the country vibes, the sounds. Um, she needs to get back to being a rocker
Yeah,
chick. Like
yeah.
that's what she was really good at. I think that I want to say that's what the majority of her fans are really into.
I get
Um,
that. Hmm.
Yeah, so that's my pop icon resolution. Do you have one?
I just thought of one. It hasn't completely fleshed out, but I would love to see a new Wes Anderson film
Okay.
that is completely different from every other Wes Anderson film out there. So maybe it's not pastel colors, maybe it's not white, maybe it's like darker. Give me something dark, give me like a noir type film.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. So that's what I want to see from Wes Anderson.
All right.
You hear me, Wes Anderson?
Yeah. I'm a fan of his films. I mean, I always love the characters that he creates,
Yeah.
but they definitely have a look to them, and it's kind of, I don't know if it's formulaic at this point.
Hmm.
It's definitely, when a new movie comes out, what it's going to look like, who's going to be in it, etc. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would be down to see something gritty from him.
Do you recall? I think SNL did a parody like a movie trailer parody for a Wes Anderson film.
I
It was
don't
like
remember.
for like The Strangers or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you got to look that up. It is so funny. So look up SNL Wes Anderson Strangers parody, and it's like a movie trailer for the movie The Strangers. Remember that movie The Stranger where
yeah,
they go up at the people's house or whatever?
yeah.
But it's done in a Wes Anderson style, and it is so great.
I need to check that out. That's funny.
Yeah, text me when you're done because I want to hear your reaction to that. Oh man, but yeah, that's what I would like to see. How about everyone out there in YouTube land? What
Yeah.
would you like to see from a pop culture icon of your favorite pop culture icon? I guess let us know. Um, but I think that's all I have for this episode.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, 2025 is interesting so far. I won't go into too many details about that, but uh, it's surely interesting, or it's off to an interesting start. So hopefully it is a positive one for everyone, and
Oh,
everyone has a great year.
mhm.
So I'm putting that out there for everyone to have a great year.
I will second that. Yes, everyone out there, have a great year. Let your creativity flow. Be sure you, uh, while you're letting your creativity flow, like and subscribe and share out our podcast so you can help us expand our creativity and our flow. How about
Yeah,
that? There's a resolution for you all out there. Share and like and subscribe.
I second that.
Well, Gabe, I guess we will talk next time. And out there, everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all later.
See ya.